Hey everybody, welcome to the video, welcome to the channel. My name is Mike, and this is a speed binder. Speed binders are, like you see, a drill-powered or impact-powered low securement binder, just like a ratcheting binder or snap binder. They are DOT approved. This is a speed binder disassembled that we're doing some maintenance and repairs on. And that's what we're doing in today's videos. These speed binders belong to Dirt Perfect. We're going to go through them, take some of them apart, make some minor repairs and maintenance. Then we're going to give you my honest review and opinion on how I feel about these, because the key thing is these are Dirt Perfect's speed binders, not mine. I don't have any affiliation with them, so I'll give you my honest opinion on how I feel about them. And then we're going to go out and do some trucking for Farmer Chris and haul some concrete cubes and use the speed binders for load securement so you can see them in action. This one here, the whole reason I have a cover plate off is because the first edition of speed binders, they had some issues with the screws that held these cover plates on. And the only reason I'm bringing this up is because after we used these for a few months, we noticed the screws kept backing out. Dirt Perfect reached out to speed binders, gave them some feedback. They ended up changing the screws that they used for these cover plates, and they sent another set. And ever since they sent the other set of speed binders with the new screw design, we haven't had any issues. But on some of his older ones that have the original screw design, we just go through, we take the old screws out, put some thread locker on them, and then run some new screws in, and the problem's solved. The whole reason I want to mention that is I think it's pretty cool that they listen to customer feedback to improve the product. Once we get this thing put back together, we'll go through and change a couple drive nuts that have been rounded off after a couple years of use, some general maintenance, and like I said, my honest opinion on how I feel about them.
He's got a little extractor kit just for grease fittings. And I found one, but it's for a bigger grease fitting. But sometimes if you're careful, a little tappy, a little twisty with a Phillips, you can get them out. It's not ideal, but it works. Okay. Doesn't take a lot. You can see it sneaking out the side there. Doesn't take a lot at all. And there you go. It is hard to beat that enclosed design like that. It just really keeps everything lubricated and protected. We do a lot of gravel roads. You guys see that in our trucking videos. We are in the Midwest, so we do have a lot of salt on the roads as well. You think that chain will hold 4 of these? We're going to find out. It just does a good job of keeping it all clean. We haven't had any issues. We've never gone up to one of these and then been frozen stuck from the grime or that kind of stuff. They're always free, loose, and easy to use, which is nice. We do we do spray these with fluid film on the actual threads as well, which helps, but that inner working, everything being protected, pretty handy. This one has all the screws on it. It looks good. The nut looks good. We're going to swap that grease fitting out. So this is one of the ones that is 2 years old. Now you can see the finish is pretty bad on them, but I'd say that's more on us than it is speed binders. You guys notice in the videos, we pretty much just throw these things around. We're not really very gentle with them. Sometimes they get ran over. There we go. So that one's greased and ready. So we do have 3 of them we're going to change the drive nuts on. These are what the replacement drive nuts look like. So we'll get these swapped out. Got to take this cover off first. Broke it loose. So I used the actual replacement pin and knocked it a few times just to kind of get it moving. And I just have a small machine screw. We'll probably end up bending and breaking this, but shouldn't take a lot now that she's going. Yeah, she's coming out easy. There's the old one. The way it's held in there, it goes in. There's a slide edge, and that roll or that pin holds it in. So I'm guessing it's just seized up along here. Wonder if I can't give it some more taps and maybe get to break loose a little bit. That really seemed foolproof. Hot. What, did you weld on it or something? And it's just that easy, folks. It comes hot. Still, I'll show you in a minute. I'll show you in a minute. Let me get this one put back together. We got 2 more. Let's see how the other 2 go. If I had a punch, obviously that would be easier, but we don't have a punch that size. So the question is this one going to be as bad? And there's your answer. So that one must have just had, I don't know why that one was so hard. That one literally just pulled out with my fingers.
So this was the last one that I had to work on and maintain and do a little cleaning up on. I did 8 total. And once you get a system down, you get it set up, it actually goes pretty quick. This one has the newer style screws on it. They were all there. We just backed them out, took the cover plate off, flipped over to the other side, took that cover plate off real quick, used the pin to drive out the old pin, pull the drive nut out by hand, no issue on that one either, slid the new one in with some anti-seize, new pin, went ahead and put thread locker on all the new screws as well, just to make sure we don't have any issues down the road with it. And got it all put back together.
So we've got the speed binders, maintenance, everything that needs repaired and replaced is repaired and replaced. These little nuts here you use on the driver. I don't know why that one was so difficult, but the other ones, I mean, they pulled right out, no problem. And I think with the anti-seize on them all, they'll do the same next time we replace them. These are, the oldest ones are 2 years old. So I'd say you can get a decent 2 years out of them. We used to use an impact, and you can use an impact. They say it's approved for that, but then we started just using the drill. We found the drill got it tighter. I don't know why, but the drill just seems to get it tighter, and that's just our personal opinion. I've got no measurement to go with that. It just seems to work better for us. As far as my honest opinion on whether or not I like them, if I didn't like them, I wouldn't use them. Obviously, we didn't start with these. Mike didn't start with these. He's got all the ratcheting binders that he used to use. If I wanted those on the trailer, I've got plenty of room. I'd put them on the trailer, and that's what I'd use. But I like this setup. Now, they're not going to be for everybody. If you haul equipment from California to New York, and the only time you touch those chains is to tighten them down whenever you're doing your truck check in the morning, and that's it. You haul that one piece of equipment for 5 days. Yeah, I mean, probably not worth the setup. But if you do what we do, and you haul on the minimum for me when I drive for Mike, 2 loads in the day, typically 3 to 4 loads a day, it is a time saver, it's an arm saver, it's an everything saver. I do like it. Now, if there's one caveat to the whole thing, you do have to have a good setup to go with it. That's what makes it efficient. That's what makes it easy. And by that, I mean Mike has an inverter and a battery charger and a drill that stays with this truck. That's why we don't have these on the pintle hitch trailer yet, because Mike's going to put the same setup, a battery charger, inverter, and drill with Lieutenant Dan when he gets Lieutenant Dan done. So we're waiting on that. You do kind of have to have the setup. So that may be the one. I don't even want to use downfall because I don't think it's that big of a deal. I think everybody that owns a truck or excavation company probably has a drill and a charger laying around. But yeah, that's the only thing that you kind of have to keep in mind that might be a little bit different from the ratcheting binders. So yesterday and this morning, I hauled some loads of concrete cubes out to Farmer Chris. That's what we're getting ready to roll into. You'll get to see the setup on the truck. You'll get to see them in use. You'll get to see it all. If you got any questions about the speed binders, leave it in the comments. I'll do my best to answer those questions. I hope you enjoy the next part of the video. Let's just go. Here, we're going. We're rolling. $3.99. Oh, I wasted $1. Get our trailer deck swept off. We should be good. Where do I want to go? Let's shove it back there. So this is what we're after. Here's just some concrete cubes they have. They're about 3,500 pounds a piece. 6 foot long, 2 foot tall by 2 foot wide, I think. Don't quote me on the height and width. 6 foot long for sure, about 3,500 pounds. It's just leftover concrete after somebody gets done pouring and the mixing trucks come back in, concrete trucks come back in. You can see they got form release sprayed on them already. They got some jugs of form release sitting down there. They just fill this up with the leftover concrete. Piece of number 4 bar in there, you guys see that? Comes out the top side. The rebar goes all the way down through there. And then that's what they lift them with. You saw that bar goes all the way down like that. Number 4 bar. Nothing fancy, but they make really good, inexpensive retaining wall blocks. They were and currently are about 40 bucks a piece, but they're getting ready to raise the price to 60 bucks a piece. Okay, got everything chained down. Well, we got all the chains on. Ready to run them in with the speed binders. I thought it was about dead. A good battery makes a big difference. I just run down the line on 3 to get them snugged up to make sure I got all my crazy slack out. And I come back on 1 and torque them down. Sure, we get the drill, the dead battery. That one's charged. He's got an inverter in here. That will be charging. Place the camera somewhere questionable. Yeah, that'll work. Go ahead and drop my tag axle. Everything's off the deck. Let's go. Up and over the levee. Across the tracks and we'll be home free. A little bit of speed for this little bump. And I'm in 5, I can normally just coast up a bump. Oh, there he is! Right in a second. Here's my buddy. I always like to pull into the old Ponderosa before I head out of town and just double check my chains. We're gonna be on the highway for a while now that we're out of town. What happens on these is the tops kind of break, so you get a little slack in your chain. It's not a huge deal. I've done it enough times I know I need to stop and check before I get on the highway. Normally getting over the tracks, these are still tight. Getting over the tracks and making a few sharp turns in town is enough to take the flex out of it. And it'll be good the rest of the trip. For sale, by the way, if you're interested in Old Ponderosa Steakhouse. I bet they got a heck of a price on it. Okay. Well, there he is on the loader, ready to go. Wonder where he wants him. Wonder where he wants to put him. Follow him. You got her. Oh, we're gonna need a little here then. We're on an adventure. I don't know where we're going, but I know we're following Farmer Chris. Yes, ma'am. A soupy mess. That hay spear makes a fella nervous. Beautiful. It's perfect. We'll just tuck her in here tonight. I've got to run up to the house. I got to tap a few maple trees before it gets dark, and I got to pour a little concrete for the goat barn and chicken coop. Just some stuff for some posts. I need to get that done tonight. So we'll just park her in the shed, and the next morning I come off a shift, I'll run it out there to him. That will work beautifully. It's a new day. Chains are good. Let's go. There's a box down there I'm really trying hard not to hit. I will meet you guys at a Farmer Chris's. It'll either be Farmer Chris or Farmer John, one of the two. I'll see you guys there. All right, let's get turned around real fast. I feel like there's a big ditch over there, isn't there? I think we're good on it though. Not bad. So that's it for this one. A little bit different structure than normal, but I wanted to do a trucking video after the review of the speed binders so that you could see in real world how the speed binders work and how we use them. I really do like them. I think they're fantastic. There's a few things you have to do setup wise to absolutely optimize the use of them or how they work, but once you get the setup, I think they're pretty nice. As far as what's coming on the channel, I have the next 2 weeks of work off. That includes weekends. So there will be a video coming up. We've got to do some work. I got to repair the John Deere 755, my John Deere 755. And then we'll have a video on pouring the concrete sonotubes, some backfill, and excavation work for the start of the goat barn. And then hopefully, if the weather holds out, a video on getting all the posts and purlins and rafters set on the goat barn. And then this came in the mail at the house yesterday. I don't know when we're going to get to it, but the 755 is going to get some upgrades. And if you're wondering why I didn't go with the electronic summit system, it has a lot to do with this feature right there, but we'll talk more about that whenever we actually do the install. Long story short, we got a lot of great stuff coming up and some pretty big projects. Fingers crossed at the end of February, the floor system will finally show up for the YouTube yacht and we can get back on that project. You know, catch you on the next one. Gosh, it's so awkward sometimes. They're both down here because that one went wa-boom grindy grindy. Okay.